What is up? One up. My name's Jose Otero. I'm associate editor. I'm here with,
Executive editor Scooter.
and we're looking at and discussing the GTA 5 trailer.
Beaches!
Today.
Los
Yes.
Santos.
Yes.
Or
yes.
Los Angeles.
Probably.
Actually, it's the city of saints now instead of the city of angels. Sorry,
Yep.
in this
And
fictional universe.
But when San Andreas revisited, this West Coast space, I mean, it was a big space. I mean, even when I see this, it kind of makes me think: are we going to be looking for Bigfoot again? Like, is it going to be that like kind of big, expansive?
Yeah,
kind
later
of
on,
deal?
there's like a bit of weird crop dusting going on. That
Mhm.
also kind of reminds me of the mission when you're working with Peter Fonda's character, The Truth, where he's like a weird hippie that lives in like the middle of a marijuana farm kind of thing. But
Yep.
we get to it. But this in the Gulf that indicates maybe some of the mini games that might be going on, like stuff you could do in Los Santos or the surrounding areas. Like you could go hiking, you could go golfing, you could go look at girls from this just set of LA Inc. or Los Santos Inc. as they would call it in this universe.
Yep. Yeah. And the big debate in the office was, at this point, we're getting voiceover from a character that we don't know, and there was a fight. Is it Ray Liotta? Is it Tommy Vercetti? And what exactly would that mean for the game?
I think probably not, just because it will be weird that they have GTA 4, which it is Liberty City, but has no ties besides the city name to any of the PS2 or PSP games that took place in Liberty City as well, such as GTA 3 and Liberty City story. So it'd be weird for them to do a reboot and then for this game to then kind of undo that and revisit a PS2 era, character and IP and story.
See, and the opposite of that would be, if anyone would do it, it would be Rockstar. And it's kind of cool,
Yeah.
the idea that if it's Tommy, and you saw sort of this 80s Scarface-like sort of storyline with Tommy and how he survives it, fast forward, what? Was it been from that time frame was what, like the 80s? We're talking about like 84 around
Yeah,
there?
mid to late 80s.
I mean, fast forward to now and take that same character, trying to kind of do his own thing. And, that's kind of so this was the big fight.
Here's the
this
dude.
is possibly him. Obviously no confirmation. 'Cause
I'm
we're
just
not
going.
sure.
I'm just going to say it's probably a character very similar to him, but it won't be him in the name and story because I think it'll be kind of too silly and self-referential. He might be like an aging former millionaire
or a
tycoon.
former mafia, for
former
sure. Yeah.
former duder that's now trying to restart it again in City of Saints.
Yep. And you'll see
Yeah,
him
bank
in
heists.
multiple
They
parts
should
of the
they should
game,
do more
yeah.
of these kind of missions. Like
Behind the wheel of a car. Also, I like how the burger truck says up and Adam bank heist. You really like the bank heist in GTA 4?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
like freaking Heat the video game.
Yeah, it was a really sick mission. I remember getting frustrated because of how difficult it got, but up and Adam, the burger joint.
Once
it pings, eat like kings. Oh man. So let's see what else we got here. Finally got the controls down for this thing.
No,
so
this I think
foreclosure.
this
Yeah.
I think makes it like kind of more dated to like the more contemporary period. Like I believe 4 takes place right before the big recession crash. Like I think Wall Street's about to crash, and
Yep.
they might have mentioned like shit is going down by the time you play Ballad of the Gay Tony. But this is like a confirmation, like wow, stuff's being foreclosed and
Yeah.
money is a big deal, which you'll see later in the logo as well.
When GTA's got that reputation for being sort of a caricature of America, but maybe of things that actually happen. And we did see shades of them kind of mentioning the whole state of Wall Street in Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yeah.
Like Tony had a specific line that he was referencing that. So, definitely cool. And then how could we have a GTA 5 trailer without the ladies?
Of the night, except it's like daytime or at most dusk.
Yeah. But
They
that'll
ply
always be a
their
part of
wares
GTA.
at all hours of the day.
Oh yeah. So here, I remember when I went through this trailer a bunch of times. I mean, I couldn't really read his sign, no matter how hard I tried.
He's a guy that's hard down on his
Need
luck.
money for beer, down on. I couldn't tell. At least I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also see the Los Santos sign on the left of the highway, and there's plenty of Los Santos signs up until this point.
I mean, yeah, earlier,
Yeah.
like you were
on the heist, on the car, on the heist, it said Los Santos for the bug thing, whatever.
and then that you were on basically their version of the 5, and that you could go to Little Seoul, which is, I'm assuming, their version of Koreatown, but it's called
yeah.
Little Seoul in this game.
Yeah.
Same way that like Manhattan isn't called Manhattan, it's called Algonquin in GTA 4, but.
Sure. So then we have.
And there's jets.
Jets. What?
There's a lot of
Hold
jets
on,
in this
let's go back a
video.
second.
Which is funny because GTA aircraft tend to be helicopters, and I think maybe a single prop plane from like from San Andreas where you like jump out of it to like parachute for
I remember there
a
was
bank
there was
heist.
a sort of a prop plane in Vice City, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Like,
we
it
had to
wouldn't
just
take off?
you had to distribute porno flyers from another prop plane, but
Yeah.
it tend to be slow. So the fact there's like jets, and I think, let's see, Balangate, no, I think there's an experimental helicopter, but I don't think there's you don't fly a jet in that game either. I think
Nope.
you do base jumping, but not jetting. So it's just
Yeah,
funny that
yeah.
there's jets flying around now.
Yep. And when I saw this, when you were talking about mini games, it just reminded me of the mini game where you play Luis Lopez in Ballad of Gay Tony, and you were the bouncer at the club. Not saying that they're related, but if they do pursue, sort of the hot rumor's been multiple like perspectives, multiple characters possibly for this game. And if it isn't in the first game, they'll probably definitely do it via DLC, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that Lost and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony did well for them. But it just reminded me of the bouncing mini game that was in.
So you think
Ballad of Gay
there's
Tony.
bouncing, there's golfing, there's jet
Mhm.
skiing,
Yeah,
there might be
yeah.
yoga.
Who knows? Maybe you could deliver pizzas again if it is Tommy. That'd be kind of interesting to go back to that. And so this is when, at least in my head, I was like, oh, it is San Andreas. And it's right there.
Well, I mean, yes, because
Right over license
San
plates.
Andreas is a state. It's just a matter of how much of San Andreas
But is it
in
a state? That's what the thing that always bugged me out. Because I know the cop cars in Liberty City say Liberty City above them. I
Liberty
wasn't
City
entirely
state,
sure.
apparently, is what they
Yeah,
say.
as
about-
well.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just San Andreas is just colloquially like the state of California, even though the last game, San Andreas, also included Vegas. But I guess, what people don't really, people forget that Vegas is in Nevada. They just think, you just drive there from LA kind of thing. But I think
Yeah.
it's just whether, is it just mostly still Los Santos, or is it going to be letting you go to San Fierro and Las
Sure.
Venturas in this game, or beyond that? Like, is it the entire friggin' state of San Andreas, or is it just still one kind of city?
Yeah, and they show plenty of license plates in the trailer, but this is the only one that I saw that it was clear as day what was going on. And we've seen the Vapid before, right? That model of car I think is in
I guess
one
like
of the prior GTAs.
a new version of the Crown Vic or whatever.
Yeah, basically, no, it's Crown Vic. Whoa, who is that guy?
So I guess if you're in the mindset that this is like, hey, it's GTA, it's old GTA characters, and like, is this CJ running around, or am I just being casually racist?
Yeah. No, it may be casual racism, because when I look at him, I definitely don't see it, but I do see every Grand Theft Auto trailer has to have like that chase scene, right, from the cops.
Yeah,
and
no, it's
whatnot.
just reminding me, because I'm pretty sure it just reminds me like near the beginning when you're being chased by the cops down like near the friggin' LA River and stuff like
that's
that.
Right. Yep. And Vinewood. I mean, you
Yeah.
can see that sign in the original in San Andreas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
and
mean, it's
another
just,
plane.
this is more confirmation. Like, if you didn't get the idea that this is Los Santos, here it is, like right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
There's the Hollywood. Same way that like they show like the Flatiron Building and the Empire State Building, or whatever they called those games.
Oh yeah, and there was the MetLife building in GTA
Yeah.
4 trailer, but yeah, it's
to
Get a Life or
completely
something like that.
identify that this is Liberty City kind of thing. So this is like a get it already kind of comment. With
And
a
one more plane,
Los Santos
which makes me think
skyline.
of Tommy Rossetti. Didn't he have a jet? He owned a jet in Vice City. I'm pretty sure. I just remember jets kind of being like part of that.
And then also,
Style.
like I said with the foreclosure thing, I think money's a big part, because the 5 logo looks a lot like an old version of the $5 bill. So money, economy, making money, making bank, son. That's the
Yeah.
goal
Each
again.
one of those games definitely dealt with that for sure, but it will probably get explored a lot more in this one. Well, thanks for tuning in, and keep checking oneup.com for more.